Hello ladies and gentlemen, J-Bo here, and well, this is an interesting video. The problem I had was I had a waterproof case over the camera while I was recording because it made it easier to carry on the selfie stick I was using. But inadvertently it hadn't occurred to me that the microphone on the camera was sealed inside the plastic case. So when you try to watch this video, the audio is going to sound funky and quiet. I boosted it and took some of the hiss out, and hopefully that will be okay. And if it isn't, I apologize, but the video is a good quality. And I learned my lesson, and future videos won't be like that. So I have no idea why I did that, but I did, and it seems like common sense afterwards. Call me a moron, maybe I am. Seemed like a good idea at the time. So anyway, enjoyed the video, and I hope you like it. It was a lot of nice walking today on Thanksgiving, and I wish I could redo the audio, but that is an impossibility because I'd have to redo the whole entire walk. So it is what it is, and I hope you enjoy it. So thank you very much for watching. I'm using my Google Fit app because I'm going to be hiking 7 miles today, and I want to make sure I keep hitting my Google Fit because I track that. It's unusually warm today, and take a walk up this way past the gazebo, and as you can see, they have this different kinds of birds you can see here, butterflies, owls. So I might do a picture-in-picture, or this handheld one might be way too shaky to use. I'm trying to hold it steady, but we have a gazebo here, and it's here for the public use. We're going to walk up through it, and we're just going to walk on some trails today for an hour and a half until I have my 7 miles in. And it is beautiful here. And the Stanton Bird Club comes by and they clean up trash and stuff. I can already see a couple of beer cans. I really hate it when people do that. Yeah, a nice place like this, and you're going to come spoil it with trash. Trash bringing trash. So anyway, we're going to walk through here. And we're going to document the woods. And we'll see what we run into. Hello, sir. How are you?
Not White Mountains, it's a mountain covered snow.
Wow,
Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. We'll check that out. See, that's already interesting. We'll be able to see the White Mountains in New Hampshire. And we'll do that. I don't know how it'll show on here. We got a little bit of ice and snow here. It's actually just slush. Too warm today for ice. 50 degrees almost. And which way I'm going to go here? I definitely want to go see Whale Rock today. We will go see Whale Rock. We're going to rock at the Whale Rock. If you've ever done whale rocking, you know what I'm talking about. So, sometimes I get asked, this is Walk Gun Talk number 4, by the way. So it's important to distinguish that. And significance of that is we might get another one or two this winter. if we have a little mild spot and I can walk through here safely without ice all over everything, which might be a tall order. So anyway, excuse me. With gun talk, well, we had the gun laws in Oregon overturned by a judge. It's going to be appealed. But the voter referendum, they got that on the ballot and it just barely passed, where citizens decided to ban certain magazines and heavy-duty background checks before you can have a permit to carry a firearm or own a firearm, and a couple other things in there also. But the thing is that the voters passed it, and that's really going to be the catch, because I believe it's going to lose on appeal. Undoing the law, saying it's unconstitutional, is probably going to lose, because it was a ballot initiative voted on by voters. And I think that's going to supersede that, and I'll tell you why. Let's look at this little mosquito ponds. That's what I call them. That's pretty cool, huh? So the reason why I say that is nice fresh air, no wind, sunny, Thanksgiving Day. So the reason why I say that it's not going to be overturned, what I mean is, when they appeal it, the law is going to get put back on and instituted, because it was voted for by citizens, whether you agree with it or not. And an example of that would be in Maine. During the pandemic, the governor forced all medical workers, through executive order, to be vaccinated or be terminated from their job. And she also got rid of religious exemptions. That's really what annoyed people. So that got appealed, and that lost in the courts, because there was a citizens initiative on the ballot in 2019 saying that the government had the authority to mandate vaccines for healthcare workers in schools. This was before the pandemic. So the Supreme Court upheld the governor's order. Hello, happy Thanksgiving. And so that's why that could not be overturned, even if it was unconstitutional, because the voters voted for it. And I think that's what you're going to see in Oregon. We'll be watching that one. The other one, of course, is still Governor Pritzker, New Jersey, with the assault rifle ban, requiring citizens to register their assault-style rifles and their magazines. So you have to register your magazines also, because I guess you can't buy any magazines unless you have a permit to do so. Which is also unconstitutional. Citizens didn't vote for that there. So these things, court cases, are being filed. They will be appealed. It'll be a long, lengthy process, maybe 2 to 5 years. We will see what happens with that. And basically, Democrats don't give a crap about your constitutional rights. They talk about the Constitution and democracy every other word. They really don't mean it. What they mean is, anything we agree with is okay. Well, here's a nice sitting bench here. That was built, I don't know when. One of them up ahead has the date on it. This one does. It's called the Kavanaugh bench. So, see that over my shoulder here. I try to film everything with 2 cameras. You can see me huff and puff going up hills. I'll be walking too soon after I eat. Let's see what happens. There's a little brook running. So anyway, for gun laws, that's really all I have to discuss. I just want to see what New Jersey does to confiscate assault rifles, because the turnout for people to report their stuff is extremely low, like right around 1%, if that. Because you always have these Republicans that kind of the old fuddy, and I'm an old fuddy and I want my assault style rifles, but you always have those guys that just go shoot their rifle a couple times a year and they're happy with their lever guns and bolt action hunting rifles, and they honestly believe people don't need anything for self-defense, probably because they live on a ranch. And but someday they're probably going to need them against the government because they own a ranch. We've seen that happen, Ruby Ridge and places like that. So turns out the ranch owner was justified in that. The government was wrong and they were found guilty of infringing his rights after a gun shootout on private property. So the government is not your friend, folks, and more often than not, they are not right. So I'm going to walk up this way. No, this is the way I usually come in, and I took a different route. We want to get to Whale Rock. Remember I said that? So I'm going to go back this way, hang a right, hang another right, and we'll get to where we're going. Plus we want to see the White Mountains. As far as politics go, we have the Republican John Connor in a runoff election for Lewiston, Maine mayor. And we also have Carl Shaleen, the Democrat. He always has fake, phony smiles in his pictures. And one of those, you watch him at the city council meetings, that he just looks like a phony. He looks like a plant. And I don't mean like a ficus plant. I mean a plant, like an implant. A yes man won't carry on the Democrat agenda without his own. He's probably done things that he didn't agree with, but you got to go along with the Communist Party. So, or else they go after you, defund you, and smear you with something. City council's been arguing with each other, smearing each other for the election. And all of the ones that did that, the voters replaced them. Almost all the city council has been replaced, which is good. So, hopefully the mayor will get replaced. And we can start prosecuting crime, hopefully. Well, a lot of people are getting sick of the crime around here because traditionally it's always been low crime in Maine. Alright, here I can see some kind of terrain vehicle has gone through here and squished the leaves down. So perhaps somebody has been coming through here. Another body of water here. Another mosquito pit, as I call it. When you walk through here in the summertime, especially in the morning, you have to keep walking and not stopping. I wear long sleeves, sweatpants. Try to walk with shorts through here. I did that once. That was a mistake. Get eaten alive. So I think the Maine National Guard used to use Avon Skin So Soft bath oil. You put that oil on you and mosquitoes and bugs. It's like a nice natural, somewhat natural repellent without all the chemicals. If you're worried about skin cancer and things like that, because as we've learned in the past 3 or 4 short years, you cannot trust anything you're told by any government agency that says something's safe. So I'll reference Johnson baby powder for one. Oh, look at that. And I'll get a shot on the handheld here. But that is frozen over. This body of water is frozen over. Let's get more shade. So we're going to walk up here on this Thanksgiving. It's a little wet around the edges. Definitely not safe to walk on. Something else you learn in Maine. If you have about 3 inches of ice, 3 to 4 inches of ice, it'll support about 200 and something pounds. I weigh, currently right now, I weigh 236. I used to weigh closer to 270. So, there's some open spots. Get a shot of this on this camera. I gotta remember to share with this camera. Well, that is freezing over at night mostly. Obviously not today, it's almost 50 degrees. But the high temperatures this week coming up are going to be in the low 30s and the teens overnight. And we used to go find places like this when we were younger. Played ice hockey a lot. We'd go find little places out in the woods. Most of the time it was fun. A couple of times one time I had somebody pass the puck to me and I hit a little branch, a little twig, just a little tiny little thing in the ice. And that puck hit that and went straight up. Split my eye open. So that one bled pretty good. Still have that scar in my eyebrow. So there's a view of this from here. Isn't that cool? And that's all I'm going to do today is just walk around, some stuff. And some people really don't like selfie streamers. And a selfie streamer is someone that keeps the camera on them the whole time. So what I want to do is possibly do some editing, combine the GoPro footage with this footage, or do a picture-in-picture. Might do that. And just put it on the YouTube channel for posterity. So, anyway, oh, what a beautiful day. I really love this. And you need to appreciate these days because, I gotta tell you, we have a relative named Mona. She's 93. 93 years old. She just got diagnosed with a large mass in one of her lungs. She has spinal cancer and liver cancer and is plotting out the rest of her care for what time she has left. She's had a very long, good, healthy life, basically. She had a stroke about 2-3 months ago, but prior to that, she was good. So, what happened with that is, obviously, her time has come. 93 is a good life. She was born in France. She was born before the Nazis invaded France. And she was in France when the Nazis invaded, so she saw Nazis walking down her street, disappearing people they deemed subversive. And she has seen a lot of history that, quite frankly, would be appalling if we saw that happen here in person. So she survived World War II, came to the United States, started a new life, had some kids, and now her daughter is my sister-in-law, married to my older brother. So, oh man, it's beautiful here. That's the other thing too, Mona loved places like this. And of course you feel bad when somebody gets diagnosed with something horrible like that. Then you have to look at it, well, she's 93, it's not unexpected. Preferably the best way would be to just pass away in your sleep, like my mother did. Not everybody's blessed with that. So, anyway, that's a life cycle. And as the old saying goes, life goes on. She would want that. She's a very sweet person. Pure, honest. The way people used to be. She wasn't happy with how things are today. So much so that she voted for Trump. Twice. She said she saw what the Democrats are doing before in person, and it led to the destruction of her country and people in her family being murdered. So remember that. That is a true fact. I know what side of history I'm on, that's for sure. And if you're watching this, maybe you are as well. But here's a shot of a wood clearing. I want to go back up this way because that looked like an interesting trail that I don't walk that often. Don't worry, we're going to get to Whale Rock. We're going to go rock out with the whale. But just want to go up this trail a little ways because there's such a nice looking view over here. I don't know how much GoPro video I'm going to have. I get about an hour and 20 minutes out of it if I'm lucky. And, I'll record with that until I hear it go. It'll give a warning beep when there's 20% battery left. And then it'll just turn off and go beep, 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 beep. So, that's still recording. Got a little light that blinks on this one. Kind of video footage I get. There's a lot of gun talk that I've done already, things that are still on appeal. And, so we have the California ban ruled unconstitutional. It's going to be appealed. I'm sure the Ninth Circuit in California will overturn it, and then it'll go on from there. And we'll go through the process. Ultimately, all of own them are responsible, so you can't hold it against manufacturers that make them, because it's not illegal to make them, for one thing. So we also have all these laws Democrats are passing where you can sue the gun manufacturer for damages. And I don't even see how that can work, because, you know, a husband stabs his wife to death with a Ginsu. I don't think you can sue Ginsu for making the knife, or you get in a car accident because somebody was being negligent and abused the vehicle they're driving in through no fault of the vehicle. It's not a thing where the brakes didn't work or something like that. You can't just say, well, you know, we're going to ban U-Hauls because some lunatic rented one, drove through a parade. So I don't think that's going to pass muster. I just don't. Legally in the Supreme Court. So we're going to have to go through all this process and go through this BS. And the Democrats are going to keep talking about the Constitution, democracy, liberty. They reaffirm with their voters that they're interested in democracy when they're not. And I can't understand why the average voter just can't see the BS. Good news, the media is starting to lose. A perfect example was this, it's not funny because 2 people died, but this car, the Rainbow Bridge that goes between New York and Niagara, Canada, at a checkpoint, drove up the wrong way on the bridge, smashed through a checkpoint, exploded to a ball of flame. And it was really funny watching the coverage of that on TV. I didn't watch it, I watched video clips. I've boycotted the network corporate news for this reason. Of course, they got it all wrong. I'm trying to say it was a terrorist attack because one witness said that the car exploded. Well, it did. It hit a concrete barrier after its fuel tank had been ripped open on a curb and a fence, and it burst into flame. And the car disintegrated because it was driving so fast. So yeah, the car resembled exploding, but it was driving very fast. Anyway, long story short, it turns out that it was it was a Bentley, very expensive luxury car. Somebody that was wealthy. He and his wife were in it. They had just left the casino. They don't know the whole story behind that. But maybe he just dropped a lot of money. He might have been a gambling addict. Who knows? He might have just been arguing with his wife. They were getting a divorce, and he might have just been tired of it and decided to take things into his own hands and take her with him. Of course, we don't know. The other report was that he was fishtailing a little bit because he almost hit a car because he was driving too fast and lost control of his vehicle. That's what one witness said. And because he was going to hit a car, he swerved over and started losing control of his car, and then that's what happened. Because a lot of times when these people drive fast like that, they're not professional drivers. He might have got the car not long ago, doesn't understand the physics of something going that fast. That air can get underneath it, you can actually lose control and go airborne. And then that hit a curb, and it really took off like a rocket. And they both were killed. So I'm going to try to find out more information on that, but it just goes to show how bad the mainstream media is my point. All of the independent media that I watch, there's Agenda Free TV on YouTube, where basically he scours the internet and news reports, police reports, live video shots, and he pieces together the whole narrative from facts. Everything with him is facts. And I got more information from him watching that than I did from the mainstream media. The guy just relies on donations. runs a little studio out of his house. So technology is good for that regard. Now this is the way I usually come out. You might recognize this. So I'm going to backtrack backwards the way I usually go until we get to Whale Rock. I just want to get my miles in on a beautiful day. I don't have to set any records today. I'd like to do 7 miles. I've done that quite a few times. So this is a nice, beautiful open field with an apple tree, which obviously isn't going to have any apples. Little animals have eaten them. If you saw one of my 5-mile walk videos, I shook an apple tree and shook a whole bunch of apples out of it. Because I know porcupines eat apples. And deer. Battery for this one, the handheld, which is an Picasso 4K, one of their models. It's actually very good. It's an EK7000. If you want to know what it is, in case you want one, they're about $70. The GoPro is a little over a couple hundred for this model, which is the 9 Black. It's not their best model. Built very well. That's the one on my forehead. Uses more battery juice. Haven't looked into batteries for it yet. So we're just going to walk across through this field because it's pretty. We'll get a little surrounding view over my shoulder. Day today, and this is what I like. I get sunshine on my face this time of year, and I can see some snow peaks out in the distance. I'm not going to see that on here, I doubt it. Way out in the distance, Mount Washington and the White Mountains in New Hampshire, only about 80-90 miles away. Good enough. Lived in Maine and has seen the White Mountains from here before, so it's not as big a thrill for me as it was for him. But anyway, so we're going to walk through here. You can see a little bit of condensation trying to form inside this waterproof case. Camera should be alright though. Well, this is the first time I walk with 2 cameras going. See what happens. And, if you don't like selfie streamers, I'm very sorry. Might be possible too that I might just upload 2 separate videos. Have the selfie version and the headgear GoPro version. Maybe that'll be interesting. Maybe not. Because what happens is, because I'm holding this camera is looking somewhere else while I'm talking about something. I'll give you an example. Oh, look at that stone bench right there. And all you see is my face. So, turn it like this. So I have to remember to show what I'm filming, talking about. This is a streamer. I'm going to switch to my right hand because my left hand is getting numb holding that. A little bit. There we go. So I think this is fun. Thanksgiving. I'm going to be cooking Thanksgiving dinner later. Should be fun. And we're going to go shooting tomorrow. That should be fun as well. Boy, this foggy Be right back. See with the GoPro what the issue is. It's a clear plastic case on there that seals. It's supposed to be watertight, but we're getting condensation inside it. It might be from when we went shooting the last time and shot some water jugs, and the water went all over this camera. So we gave it the waterproof test. It definitely kept the water out. So with that regard, it was successful. If you're thinking about buying the EK7000 Picasso 4K camera, which is recording in 10p right now, not 4K, because the higher resolution you go, the less disk space you have for the SD card, and also the less battery. It seems to use more battery. So for YouTube purposes, 1080p is fine, because all of the videos so far have been about 10 to 12 gigabytes. When you record about an hour and a half. So anyway, I'm gonna head down this way. Also, this is kind of like a backup camera, so if something happens with the GoPro, run out of battery too soon, or I'm not recording by accident because I'm using my Google Fit app, it's going to interfere with my recording. There's a trail that goes down this way. I'm going to go down that way. Actually, yeah, that is the way we're going to go. We get the trail marked, green trail. It's funny, I've come this way a million times, but I came the other way. So when I'm going this way, I'm a little lost. That's the kind of thing that happens in the woods. Isn't that funny? That's why people have been, I've been in the woods before. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to get lost. When they do, they get lost. Send out a search party and we'll find it frozen to death somewhere because they didn't plan on being there overnight. So, you should have your stuff with you in case, just in case. Things I recognize. I also see some mud slips from people walking through here, which is another reason why I'm not going to do too much walking this time of year through here, because like I've said in previous videos, I don't want to blow a hamstring, groin muscle, or anything like that. That's going to take a year to heal or have surgery on for it to be normal again. And I like my groin the way it is. So, alright, walk up to these tree roots. See if we get like a tree root staircase here, which is pretty nasty when they're wet. They're pretty dry today. And last time we came through here, I saw a deer. All I saw was the tail. I saw it just for a brief second. I heard the leaves rustling. I saw the tail come by. That was interesting. There's a rock wall here. And you'll see that a lot. You'll see rock walls like this. And what that is that's what they used to do for property boundaries. And I did some research here. There was a spring water bottling plant here in the 1800s into the early 1900s. And they would bottle water and other things. People would have water delivered or whatever. Because back then, a lot of people around here had wells. And at times, your well was low and you needed water. So, you know, common sense. bird club, but at a time it was private property marked by these stone walls. You can research that on the StantonBirdClub.org website. It actually has a page. So we're going to walk down through here. The other added benefit of having all this trees defoliated is you can see through the trees in the distance. And we are going to get to Whale Rock this way. I promised you a damn rock that looks like a whale. You're going to get a rock that looks like a whale. Walking through here, I'm going to be careful through here. It's kind of like red mud, red dirt, kind of like that red Mississippi mud you see in movies. Red Mississippi mud. If you're from Mississippi, that red mud, you can see it. I don't know if it's rust or iron content or what it is, but I don't see anything being stealthy trying to eat me for breakfast. Even though it's the afternoon, somewhere around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's another 2.5 hours of daylight. Dark at 4:30. Another month from now it'll be dark at 4. See the road down there. So I'm going to walk through backwards the way I usually walk. Hopefully GoPro will make it to the Whale Rock. It's up ahead. During summertime, there's water running across this trail, and you got to hop across on rocks. Today it is just mud, as you can see. Hold this up so you can see. My shoulder, hopefully. Ooh, that was slick. Okay, I got to be careful not to fall, break my ass on the rock. I don't want to call for an ambulance because I can't walk. I try to explain to them where I am in the woods. They just might find my body in a couple weeks. Which they would, because I told somebody I was going walking today, so they'd eventually piece it together. There's something in the bushes here. Also, there's all kinds of little chipmunks here. So, this is very beautiful. Stream running through here. See that? Swing this around slowly. Trying to be cognizant of the fact that this camera on the end of my arm does not have a stabilizer feature. So it is going to be herky-jerky a little bit, walking especially. But maybe if I make it picture-in-picture, it won't be as annoying. And also I might run it through stabilizing software, which I did, but the problem I have is that it takes 2 to 3 hours to process the video, but I might end up having to do that. Now that I know how to do picture-in-picture. Good thing I bought some nice hiking boots that are waterproof, because I just stepped right in some wet mud. But my feet will be dry, so they're also woolly inside. So I hop on these rocks. Hopefully that's making good video. I'm trying to walk across here and not die. So, the happy news is I'm 55. Hop on rocks if I don't get hung up in tree branches. And, I was at Walmart one day, and there was this guy and his wife, the same age as me. Literally, they said how old they were, because I started talking about. Well, I was looking for something. I said, I gotta go. Why do they do that? They always put these on the bottom shelf. And I gotta get down on all fours and reach in there and grab a 12-pack of sparkling water, the brand I want. So, right past the sign I wanted to show you. So, usually you come for a walk with me. We come down this way, down here. And that way right there, this part here is really dangerous. Why I didn't go that way, because I'd probably slip and find my body later. But this is Whale Rock. That says Whale Rock. 890 feet that way. The dead end. See a chipmunk running across the pathway. So I'll walk down this way. So red mud. This is a nice day for walking. I'm sweating pretty good, so I'm getting a workout. But back to my story at Walmart. Wanted something on the bottom shelf. And I was like, why did they put that down there? You gotta get down on all fours and reach in there. So both of them started talking about their age. Unprompted. I guess they thought I was younger, maybe. I don't know if I look younger than 55. I don't think so. But anyway, they were, they said they were like 56, 57. And they couldn't reach down there and get those, they said. So, really? So I got down on all fours and I pulled out 4 cases that I wanted. And I told them, oh, I'm 55. And they're like, oh man, you're so lucky to still be healthy like that. And I was thinking, am I? Is it just because I'm active? I always have been, kind of like athletic. And both of these people were a little overweight. When I start gaining weight, I don't like it, and I do something about it. So I don't eat cakes anymore, no ice cream, no soda with sugar in it. I put sugar in my cereal because I have corn checks and rice checks, also things like that. I got another trailblazer here. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great day. Down this way, we're going to see the Whale Rock. Broken birch tree. So, continuing on our quest for a Whale Rock. Hello, happy Thanksgiving. So we'll head down this way and see what we see. Last walk I came through here, I ran into one person. That was one. It's kind of chilly that day. Today it's a little warmer. Coming out of the woodwork, folks. I'll walk down here. Take a look at Whale Rock. Whew. So anyway, yeah. I prepare my own food, so I don't buy any microwave dinners, no microwave lasagnas, no prepared lasagna for the stove, oven. Let's see, we got a little bit of snow left over here. We got a little covering of snow. We're going to have real snow at some point. Sometimes we get feet of snow here. A couple of feet of snow in one storm is a big nor'easter. We do get 3-4 of those a year usually. This year they said it was going to be milder and we're going to have more bad weather. So we'll see what happens. Here is the Whale Rock. We're going to be rocking at the whale. So anyway, basically, whenever I start gaining weight or having problems, I do something about it, change my routine. Alright, so we're going to stand here. That is Whale Rock. Look at it and marvel. Got kind of a mouth like a whale right there. I guess that's the There it is, Whale Rock. Our quest has been filled. Voila. Alright. Like Chevy Chase in National Lampoon's Vacation. He sits there, nods his head a couple times at the Grand Canyon because he didn't pay at the hotel and they had to leave and be arrested. He was like, yep, okay, that's it, let's go. It's the Grand Canyon, big deal. That's what I just did with the rock. I hear some geese. Hear some geese. Probably heard that. Alright, we'll walk back up this way. Almost 3 miles. There's that. Nature calls moment. Shh, don't tell anybody. So, go up the hill here, back the way we came, and come up on about 3 miles almost. Nature calls, you have to listen. So, you can tell I love music. I listen to vinyl records a lot. As do a lot of people. Listen to me. I've seen other people online in Maine that listen to a lot of vinyl. One person has that I know of. She's been listening. She was little. Really cool person. So, alright, let's walk up this way. Thanksgiving. What do you got to be thankful for? Leave some comments. What the heck are you thankful for? For me, it's my health. I am very thankful for my health because I know quite a few people, or have seen quite a few people my age have health problems. Various degrees, everything from cancers to heart disease to somebody we grew up with named Darren. Died when he was 28. He got a lymphoma. He went through his lymph nodes, through his whole body, and he fought that for 5 or 6 years, and he died when he was 28. So, that stuff can bite you any time in the morning. So you have to enjoy days like today, where I can walk through the woods and enjoy myself, because I could be dead next week. That. I have a relationship with the Lord. When it happens, so be it. Now, I'm going to go the way I said I wouldn't come this time of year because it's not icy today. It is somewhat traversable. hill, and we might have enough video to make a video. As you can see as we walk through here, this is what's going to kill me if I'm not careful. See, if there was ice on this, I'd be dead right now. That is rock. That has black ice on it. You're going down. So let's go up this way. This is all a steep incline. This is going to get my heart rate up really good, which is why I'm going this way. You get to watch me huff and puff. Not blowing any houses in. Great exercise. When I first started walking, I felt my age. Now it's not a big deal. Stamina. But I'm definitely not walking 20 to 25 miles a week anymore because it's colder and I don't like walking in cold. Whew. Also should watch where I'm going. So, let me know what you're thankful for. That's a big one with me. Over money and material things. That is the big deal. Health and family. You only have one family. So if you're having problems, the opportunity shows up, and nothing too egregious has been done to you, patch things up. Fortunately, most of the family I care about, everything's fine. In fact, we're going shooting tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun, I think. I'll be shooting some range video. Watch us shoot up some stuff. I've added a few short videos on the channel. Around like this, you check the firmament as you go so you don't take a step and some muddy thing comes out from underneath you. Go up the hill. See behind me. And again, I don't know how stable this will be. We're experimenting. This did a good job recording a stationary position on a tripod while we were shooting water jugs last weekend. Ooh, man. It's a very steep hill. But I haven't walked for 3 days because it's been cold. Like I was saying, I don't like cold. Walking in it, I should say, long distance. So I figured out. Oh my goodness. Probably a nice shot. Some sun through the trees. Hope you're enjoying the Woods Walk and Gun Talk. So the reason why it says Woods Walk is that's what I'm doing. Number two, that references that it's not always going to be about guns, but whew, all right, now I know. Seeing any wild turkeys. I have seen wild turkeys in here plenty of times. Found a turkey feather a couple weeks ago in one of my videos. I asked people if they knew what it was. I didn't know what a turkey feather looked like away from the bird. I've never plucked one. So I put it in the photo search thing on Google. Voila, several examples. Same feather. Alright. Walk up this way. A little bit. I don't know how much GoPro battery on my forehead is left. But I'll hear it give me emergency beep. So, sometimes the walks will be about guns, among other things. And sometimes it'll be just me yakking. Much to your amusement, I'm sure. So, we're going to come up on the fireplace in that place where the guy said we could see Mount Washington, which we already saw, which you probably didn't see it. These things don't have a zoom on it, so sorry about that. But the mountain was there, can't tell you that much. Is the highest point. The highest point was in Maine, 516 feet 2 inches. So it honors all the volunteers, past, present, future. Keep this place clean. I'm going to have some trash to pick up this spring thaw because last week or the week before, I'm sure you remember, if you watched the other video, he was asleep just a guess. I'm gonna head down this way. If you've been on my walks before, you know that a lot of times I come from this way and I head that way. I'm gonna go this way. Then I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna go 7 miles today or not. I know we're past 3.5 now. Plotted GPS course, my Google Fit. Let's see. We'll go look at the other fireplace. How's that? See what the other fireplace is doing. Like that. How cool is that? That's always a good shot when I come through here. Say that, it's snow on the benches here. But, look at that. I really love that it says it's flat. Kneel always when you light a fire. Kneel reverently and grateful be to God for his unfailing charity. Out of this place, going the way that I usually come in, and you can see I slipped in the mud. That's what I'm talking about right there. Watch where you're walking. You're kind of used to it, so that rarely happens anymore, but mud is mud, okay? Now, one thing I did notice is every time I come through here, I see and hear woodpeckers. Today I hear none. So I don't know what the woodpeckers are doing, if they're all set for winter. Maybe they know something we don't. Yeah. Very possible. So, we came in this way. Then I go out this way. The way I usually come in. I think that's what I'll do. And probably got about 10 minutes of walking left. And I just wanted to, walking through here recording. I'm still going to be finishing my 7-mile walk in the city on the streets. I might record something, who knows, we'll see. Nothing to see really. I got 2 videos walking through the city streets already. So, nothing new to add to it. It's not a different route or anything. But going through the woods today, all these different ways, I hope you thought it was interesting. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed yakking with you. I appreciate everybody coming to the channel and watching. And click like and subscribe to the channel. If it's your first time here, check out my other videos. Leave your comments. I'm not monetized, even though I qualify with enough followers now to be monetized. I can apply for it, but I need to investigate whether or not that's going to be a hindrance. I don't want anything to prevent me from doing what I like to do and talk about what I like to talk about. Once you start getting sponsors, then you can't talk about this, can't talk about that. Not that you can talk about things anyway without getting censored, but when they have sophisticated AI algorithms listening now, and they scour through video that's uploaded, and they'll trigger on something, lock up your account, and you have to appeal it. The AI algorithm got it wrong. Sometimes it does. I've only had a couple of issues. One of the strikes I had stayed on the channel. Because I uploaded a video of Donald Trump visiting the New York Police Department, talking about the pandemic at a time in 2020 when they were censoring that heavily. And I had a video pulled and I got a strike put against me. That is how wonderful YouTube is. And oddly enough, I'll end this video telling you a short story. Hopefully I'll have enough battery on the GoPro up here. But you had to do a questionnaire. They wanted to know if you knew the difference between conspiracy theories and facts. So we had this whole thing that you had to go through. You click yes, was this accurate, was this? And I actually got the first one wrong because it made sense to me, a normal person, but when you're protecting a narrative, so I was like, alright, that's how they're going to play that, so I'll play stupid, and I went through it. So they told me they're going to have my strike removed in February 2024, and my channel will be clean again, because I participated in their re-education program. That is how crazy it is now, folks. I have been rehabilitated. They sent me to the re-education camp on YouTube. I took my survey. They didn't call it a test or a brainwash checker. They called it a survey. But what it was a re-education tool, so I could be like a cool hand Luke. What are you doing with that dirt in my ditch, boy? Dig it out. Anyway, I got my mind right, boss. I got my mind right. So that's what they did to me. I'm sure they've done it to other YouTube creators. Censor people having an opinion about YouTube. Guess we'll find out. I will not comply. Anyway, coming up towards the end of this Woods Walk portion, as I said. There's plenty of video to watch. I think it would be redundant at this point to keep recording on my rest of my walk, since I got 2 videos walking through the city already on the channel. Battery is going to be an issue anyway, so I can get about 5 miles in easy with the battery. Let's see how far I've walked. I'm trying to figure out how far I gotta walk. Should be magic password. Hopefully you didn't see. Coming up on 4 miles. So you walked 4 miles with me. So that's what 4 miles looks like through the woods. Granted, these aren't woody woods, like you need a machete to go through them. The poor SOBs that do jungle fighting, carrying their gear, must be awful. That humidity. You guys during World War II were amazing. I don't think we could get that done today. Then again, you drop people in live combat, there's nothing they can do about it. They might just get the gumption to do something, because it might actually work out well, because today's younger generations are all selfish little bastards. And, not all of them. You got some young ones that watch this that are the cool people, but you know what I'm talking about. drop a few bombs on their head, they'll get it pretty quick. So, the beautiful thing about America is we haven't had bombs dropped on our head, but that might change. Hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. For one thing, I'm too old to go run around in the woods shooting at communists. I'd have to contribute some other way if we got invaded by somebody. But I would die for this country. Beautiful place in the world. We need to preserve our rights and not let these SOBs try to steal it and turn us into a socialist state. Because that is not going to happen on my watch, and it's not going to happen on yours either. Because I know you guys. So, with that, let's make sure I say goodbye in case the battery runs out. Thank you for watching, like I said a while back. Click like, subscribe, tell people about the channel. Hopefully I do good videos on guns, firearms. It's healthy to have discussions. So, that's it. We'll walk our way out of here, and when I see the road, I'll stop recording. Oh, see, I heard the GoPro. GoPro's turning off. That was the warning beep right there. We still got this one. We're going to finish walking through here. And I knew it was cutting it close. Right about an hour, hour and 20. The battery runs out. And it would have run out a lot sooner than that if I was using the stabilizer on the GoPro. And we don't have the stabilizer on this handheld. That's okay. Because they have software that does a half-decent job. It does deteriorate the video quality a little bit. But it's in the category of good enough for YouTube. Probe. These things are beachy crows. So, take my little walk around this pond, and I still haven't figured out. I'm guessing it was a frog. I hope to hell it was a frog. Okay, but there were times that I walked around this little pond. You can see that little pond. And on the back side of it, by that log, there was always like this skittering in the leaves, and then plunk, you'd hear it go plunk in the water. I'm like, what is that? Is that an amphibious fish? It has to be a frog, but it's not a small frog because you get a lot of noise. Here, Thanksgiving. One time I had the GoPro on, I was like, you know, this wasn't here before. The bird club came by and cut some wood. They try to keep things clean enough set up a dam. Dam. There's a dam. Look at that dam. So it makes a little running water. And we'll walk our way out of here. I could go ahead that way. Most people come in. I'm going to go on my side route. But I like to go through this way. Instead of going that way. I want to see if they cleaned up their sleeping bag. Just one thing. This is probably going to be shaky and unwatchable. But hey, we're experimenting, right? GoPro battery crap in the bed. We'll walk through this way. This in my hand. Might be a little shaky. I'll try to walk with it steady, but it never works out. There we go. Plenty of battery left. Plenty of card left. Alright, yeah, we'll just walk through this way. I'm going to go over that log. And yeah, this will be a little jerky. Maybe it'll be really bad. Maybe it won't be. I'm cognizant of it. I can see the road up there. So we're going to stop recording shortly anyway. And again, I want to thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Looks like somebody burned something here. I have no idea what they burned. I still see the trash out there. I don't see the sleeping bag anymore. Guess they came back for it, since sleeping bags, I'm sure, aren't free. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's still there. I still see a sleeping bag over there behind the tree. So they came out here and partied, and they never came back for their sleeping bag. Cue up the ZZ Top song, Sleeping Bag. Sleep inside my sleeping bag. Alright, I'm coming this way. And this is going to be the end of the video. I thank you very much again for watching. You see a car go by. We'll come out of the woods and I'm going to finish my walk. And thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Hop over this log. I'm going the wrong way. Here we go. That's the trail I want right here. Have a beautiful Thanksgiving with your families. And enjoy life. Enjoy your family. Enjoy cars beeping for no reason. And have a beautiful holiday. And like I said, when we get winter out here, I'll take a couple of walks through here just for the heck of it in the winter time. And nothing too crazy. Maybe see what we could see for critters out here. Alright, here we go. We're at the end of the trail. I always wanted to make a video where I record the whole thing, coming in and leaving. So that's what I did. And thank you very much for watching, if you are still watching. God bless everybody. Have a beautiful holiday. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.